So, thanks to, of all things, my reaction to Breaking Bad episodes, I've somehow, eventually, finally gained 100 subscribers. And I said when I would, when I reached that milestone, I would do a Q&A thing. And I put out the video asking for questions. And like I predicted, it was just a handful of questions from a few people, but I appreciate it. I'm going to answer all the questions and as thoroughly as possible. If it takes more than one 15-minute video, that's fine. I don't think it will. Maybe it will. I have a feeling I'm going to be talking, being a little long-winded tonight, so I apologize for that right off the bat. So I just got like a handful of questions, but they're fun ones that I'll have fun answering. And to be honest, I've wanted to do the Q&A thing for quite some time. You know, I love fucking I am my own favorite subject, of course. Who doesn't like being the center of attention? People asking you questions. Um, that might be a weird thing to admit, but what the fuck? So yeah, I'll answer these questions at length when I can. Fozzie Wazzy 85. He asks, "Would you strip naked? If so, hourly rate?" And Fozzie, first of all, this is my buddy Fozzie, who I podcast with. Uh, First of all, you've seen me strip naked. You know you loved it. You didn't have to pay me anything. All it took was a beer, and we were sharing a bed together. So you pay me in beer, even Miller Lite, I'll strip naked for you. Next question. Who THQ18 asks, favorite character on Breaking Bad and why? And I'll probably give the most boring answer in history on this. It's Walter. Walter White, the main character. I think that's the case on like most shows, and it'll be like, who's your favorite character on The Sopranos? Tony Soprano. Who's your favorite character on The Shield? Vic Mackey. But when it comes to like something like The Sopranos, there's easy like side favorites. Like I really loved Christopher on The Sopranos. You know, or on The Shield, I really loved Dutch. Like he was a great side character. I think the better question would have been not to insult your question. Like besides Walter, who's your favorite character? And even then, my answer would be kind of boring because I like Jesse as much as I like to like hate him for being an idiot. Excuse me, I'm gonna get the camera in closer here so I can lean back. Like as much as Jesse could be an idiot, um, he's a really strong character, I think, and brought to life by a very talented actor. But then beyond that, I like them all, really, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the lawyer because I think it feels a little out of place for the show. That there's this. I mean, the show has an element of humor, but at the same time, I don't know. The lawyer just kind of feels a little out of place. I don't have a big problem with him. It doesn't. I'm not like, oh, there comes that. I can't think of his name right now. There comes that lawyer guy. Saul. Call Saul. I'm not like, there's Saul. God damn it. Why'd they have to bring him on? I'm not like that. He's odd. He brings an odd like flavor to the tone of the show. But like some of like the smaller characters I really love, like Gus. From the moment I saw him, I'm like, this guy is awesome. Just the smoothest, most calm demeanored criminal ever. Mike, it's like I don't know what the hell else Mike has been in, but you almost believe that like he is what he is, like he's a real criminal. Um, I don't know. I guess I kind of answered the question, and now I'm making up my own questions, so I'll move on. It was my favorite's Walter. So, I mean, boring answer, but I don't think anyone else, if they're being honest, would choose anyone else but Walter. I mean, he's you identify with him because he's an everyman. He's just a nerdy high school teacher who takes it upon himself to become a badass. I mean, and he's super badass. So, all right, um, Zombie Fun 100 has four different questions for me, and I have to thank Zombie Fun right up front, not only for giving me a nice amount of questions with his, just from him, but because he's been, I don't know him from any other social outlet or from real life or anything, and he's been watching my videos and always leaving nice comments and stuff. So thanks, Zombie Fun, and thanks for the questions. Uh, his first question is: You said that you want to be a writer. Have you written anything? Dear Lord, am I going to have fun answering this? Yes, I've written something. Uh, I've written ever since probably I think it was like first grade or so. Kindergarten, like kindergarten, you kind of learn the alphabet. First grade, you learn spelling and stuff. And ever since like second grade on, I've written. I used to like. I remember in second grade, for some reason, we'd have assignments and stuff, and I would finish up early. And I would ask the teacher if I could go sit in the hallway by myself, like like the empty hallway in school, like against the lockers, and write. And I would write fiction. And I wrote a lot of fiction growing up, like when I was younger, tons of it. None of it was any good at all. I mean, I'll admit to you right now, is just, you know, back when I was in second grade, it'd be like a page or two that was supposed to equal an entire movie. It's when I was in high school, I was doing a lot of shorthand imitation of like Dean Koontz and Stephen King. And I did a lot of it though. I was prolific. I had a job at a newspaper, and I would finish up all my the work for the actual newspaper within 20, 30 minutes. I'd spend the rest of the time writing, and they didn't know that I was basically ripping off, and I was basically getting paid to write. In college, I continued to write a bit, quite a bit, especially like I remember freshman year, I was writing a lot, and it just kind of died off, and it's died off a lot. I remember, and then the last couple years, I'd say it was like 2008. I got into blogging, and since then, I haven't done a lot of fiction writing. All throughout 2008, I wrote tons of blog posts, just articles, editorials, reviews of movies, and I did a lot of like political blogging because I was really excited about Obama at the time. But to answer your question, yes, I do write. I've written stuff. I It kind of makes me sad when I think about it because lately I haven't written as nearly as much as I would like. Um, I think it mostly comes, and I don't really blog as much as I used to. I'll put one or two out a month. Like I just put out another political one that I haven't done any politics in a long time, but I was just struck by the idea to do it, and people are responding to it actually on my blog. It's about the debt ceiling, and I actually did the reading of my blog last night here on YouTube. But back to what I was saying, the reason I don't write as much as I used to, I think it mostly comes down to work. I work full time, and it's a very stressful job, and it's not high paying or anything. And I get to come home and I just want to unwind. I want to watch a movie. I want to play some games. I want to chat with people online, have a few drinks. I could write a little bit when I'm drinking, but you know, and it's not even the matter of I could be completely drinking. I could write something. It's just work kind of drains everything out of me. I don't feel like I have any good ideas. I'm one of those people that makes the mistake of waiting for their muse when I should just be forcing myself to write like I did when I was younger. Like, who cares if you're copying somebody or something? At least you're writing and you're working on your craft. And it kind of disappoints me, but like I honestly, if I opened up a Word document right now, I would just be sitting there like with what am I gonna say? I'll just be staring. So yeah, I do write, and what do I write? I write like besides like editorial and reviews. I do write movie reviews a lot still, but in my fiction, it kind of leans toward dark subject matter and material. Um, Mostly short stories. I remember in high school I did a few longer things like almost novel length, but they were very bad. Um, I've published two stories on Kindle, Amazon Kindle. You could download them right now for 99 cents. They're both stories that I like and I believe in. One is called My School, but it's misspelled. It's Skool. The other one's called Strangers in Dreamtown, which I think is probably the best story I've written, sadly enough. But I do believe in the story. It came to me one night out of nowhere as I was trying to go to sleep, and I've always just thought it's a strong and original story. And it has to do with like dreams and people interacting in dreams and stuff like that. And it was just before Inception, so I always joke that Inception stole my idea. But so yeah, go download those if you want. Give me a couple cents in my pocket. I really do want to do more. I did write an original short story recently, but I don't feel like it's ready for prime time. I don't feel like it's worth publishing. Um, I would really like to write like what I want to write is crime thriller. I'd like to write horror, drama, stuff like that. But my cup of tea is crime thrillers. That's why I probably love like The Shield and Breaking Bad and stuff like that. I want to write something really fun like that. That's just as fun to write as it is to read or watch or whatever. It's kind of my dream, and I'm hoping one day I just fucking kick myself in the ass and I do it. So thanks for giving me an excuse to ramble on about my writing for like 10 minutes. And this is definitely going to be going to a second video because of that, but thanks for that, Zombie Fun. And his second question is, what do you think of the show Deadwood? Believe it or not, Deadwood is one of the few HBO shows when I had HBO that I didn't watch. I think I checked out the pilot episode, and I would see snippets of it here and there on HBO. And not a huge Western fan. Maybe that's why I didn't give it the biggest shot. But I do like Timothy Oliphant, and the one guy in the show that curses like a sailor. He seemed like it would be cool. I thought I heard that Deadwood got canceled, which is strange considering HBO. I don't know why they would cancel the show. It doesn't make sense to me, but I heard that got canceled like only 3 seasons in, and maybe I'll check it out. But at the same time, it's like, why do I want to check out a show that got canceled? Because I'm just gonna be aggravated like other people that there's no ending to it. At the same time, it's not like I regret watching Freaks and Geeks, which got canceled. So, or the Chicago Code even, which got canceled. So maybe I'll check it out sometime. But I don't really have any thoughts on Deadwood. And well, I don't think I'll be able to answer any more of these questions without slipping into another minute. So I will leave this to the second half of this. We'll do a second video. Thanks for watching this one. I hope you stick around for the second.